All extreme sports is like a big bag of Revels, yeah? And then in this bag of Revels, you've got scooters, BMXs, and skateboarders. Skateboarders are like the Minstrel or Malteser ones, where everyone likes the Minstrel and Malteser ones, and they're sound as fuck. And then you've got the BMX ones, which is like the chewy toffee ones, which are really fucking nice, but occasionally they get stuck in your teeth and they can be a bit of cunts. That's what BMXs are, really. And then you've got scooters, which are the orange and coffee ones, and you just pick it out and you're just like, what the fuck is the point in your life? Just like, why do you even exist? Condoms are basically like... Well, condoms are like going to the funeral of someone you didn't really know, like a relative, like Great Aunt Nessie, and you've only met Great Aunt Nessie once. She pops her clogs, she dies, and you're invited to her funeral, and you're just like, fucking... You just don't want to go, do you? But you kind of have to, and that's kind of like condoms. You don't really want to fucking wear one, but you got to, because if you want to keep your junk intact, you kind of got to wear a Johnny. Although, like, you don't want to, because going in bareback is much better. Alright, okay, so drunk and high stories, I'll do one of each. Drunk first. This isn't probably the best one, but it's my favourite one, so I'm going to tell it. Mike Foley's party this year in the summer holidays. I get there, it's in Poole, it's about 7:30 at night. I buy 750 millilitres of Glen's vodka. I think it was probably about a 10 or something, I don't really know. But I start drinking it, and I don't realise how quick it's getting down me. I drink a whole bottle in probably about an hour and a half. Everyone gets kicked out of Mike's house. So then me, Jamie and Alex are just on the loose around Poole. Then it comes to about midnight, we're just walking around Poole, and our summer challenge was to find a garden gnome. And I'm walking along, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Out the corner of my eye, I see this garden gnome. I run to get it. Life is happy. I chuck it in my bag. We stroll down the road feeling like fucking kings of the world. Yeah, and then we come to a B&Q that's sharp. And I was like, you know what? It's been a good night. Let's make it a fucking even more memorable one. Sharp. So I climb over the fence to the B&Q. And as I'm climbing over, there's spikes on the top. As I climb over, I jump down. All the inside of my trouser just ripped. So I'm there with like half a pair of trousers on. And I'm running in. I was like, I've got to get something now. So I was like, alright, I'm going to get a wheelbarrow. So I just get my wheelbarrow, get it, chuck it over the fence. I don't do it first time, it takes me about 3 or 4 times. So get it over finally, and as I get over, I climb back over the fence. This blokey walks up to me, bald-headed, fucking hench as fuck. He's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'm like, oh, sorry, like shitting myself, and it's a security guard. He's just like, shouldn't be doing that, and just walks off. I'm like, right. So we walk to Subway with Jamie sat inside the wheelbarrow. Jamie goes inside Subway while it's still open. It's probably about 12:30 by now. Picks up a chair, doesn't buy anything, and just walks down the road with the chair. Just walks out of it. And then we think we hear the police, so we run down the road. I just throw the wheelbarrow, run down the road. Well, the police weren't even there. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Oh, and as well, earlier on in this night, I started smoking nutmeg because I got told it makes you high. All it does, it makes all the blood go to your head. So I'm just there and my nose just starts bleeding. It just will not stop because I've been smoking like a fucking joint of nutmeg for some reason. Don't ask me why, that's Glen's vodka. And just, I can't even think, loads of other shit happened. Oh yeah, fucking, I woke up about 15 miles away. Like, I started drinking at Mike's house. I thought I was going to be staying over Mike's. I wake up in the morning over Jamie Howell's house in Pimpern. Where the fuck is Pimpern? I don't even know. Like, yeah, I don't even remember getting from Poole to Pimpern. Fuck knows how that happened. Oh, and the high story, gotta be my favourite. We were sat at the bowl, me and a friend, and I was just like, I said to him, I was like, do you reckon kids nowadays know what Pokemon is? We've smoked a lot of drugs by this point. And he's like, and I was there, my friend was like, yeah, sure we know what Pokemon is. I was like, let's test it. I bring a kid over, he must have been about 9. I was like, mate, do you know what a Charmander is? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, what's a Charmander then? He's like, oh, it's someone who looks after your kids. And I was just like, that is a fucking childminder. And at this point, I must laugh continuously for 10 to 15 minutes. And that was definitely a high point in my life. I prefer Pepsi. I don't dislike someone, or it doesn't annoy me if someone prefers Coke, because I can understand, I like Coke as well. But I much prefer Pepsi. But what does annoy me is when I go into a shop, or not a shop, if I go into a pub or something, I was like, can I have a glass of Pepsi? And they're like, is Coke alright? I'm just like, it's fucking euros, alright? Can I pay in euros? Because that's not how it works. You don't go to the shop so I can have some white bread. No, I don't. Brown bread be alright? Well, obviously fucking not, because I specified white bread. She's all that I want to be. She's a twerk goddess. She was a fading pop star who wasn't going to do anything with her career, because she's an average singer who just went slutty, got naked and started twerking. She's a fucking genius. People now say, oh, I wouldn't fuck her because she's... You would still fuck Miley Cyrus. I just hate it so much. Well, all the poppy chart music. I just want to get Pitbull, Nicki Minaj, blend them up in a fucking giant blender and just scatter them over a field or something, because they would make better plant fertilizer than they do make music. This has been Lewis Life number 2. We'll get back a little bit, George. Subscribe, like, share this on Facebook, please. Comment for a topic below. Comment a topic on my Facebook. Just fucking do something. Share it on Facebook. Try and make it a lot bigger. George just got a text. I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm trying to do it quicker because we're running out of battery life. Share, like, fucking do all that stuff. Yeah, a week's time there'll be another one.